I've only been 6 I've seen them get beat 6 times, but it's not going to count this time. Today. Names on the cut.
United manager Ivan Golan great store in the power of positive thought, and there's no that the Tangerines are taking that to Hampden. Who's you to win?
United.
What's going to be the
3-0.
3-0. To score them all.
Brewster.
All of them? A hat-trick for Brewster.
Yep.
So what's going to be?
2-1 United.
2-1. Who's going to score?
Who's going to score? Brewster's going to score 2.
The cynical might well say seen and heard all this before, but this time round the Tangerine side about to watch over Glasgow seems to carry with it a genuine belief that United ribbons will hang from the this evening.
Neil Moody reporting there from confident United fans. So they have about an hour and a half journey to come. We hear from some Rangers fans who have travelled considerably further. Young spoke this week to some Rangers fans looking forward to the game who have come all the way from North America.
Forget the Texas Rangers, meet the Michigan Rangers. 20 supporters from Detroit who have crossed the Atlantic to cheer long-distance favourites. Scott Nisbet accepted their Player Award on behalf of Mark Hetley at Ibrox this week. These fans, representing 1,000 members of the North American Rangers Supporters Association, were clearly happy to be at their spiritual home. How on earth did they get tickets for Hampden?
Well, we're a member of the association. We are an association. We're registered at Ibrox. We're the same as any club. So if you take the clubs and they all apply for tickets, you can, tickets, and that probably makes it up,
What makes yourself emigrate, going over the Atlantic and still want to leave anything links with Rangers?
Well, it's born in you, been followed the Rangers all my life, and once you go to Canada, every 25 years, it doesn't die, it just, you come back and support the Rangers, especially as well as they're doing now, and when you look at the stadium the way it is, it's just fantastic. It's a great in life,
The fans enjoy close links with one of Rangers' most famous fans, comedian Andy Cameron. The irony is, while the North Americans are here, Andy is in Canada working in...
I'm flying in Friday to Toronto, but fortunately they get it live, so I'll be able to see the game. Doctors over there, and it's her birthday on Sunday, so I hope I celebrate. It's one of these things that anywhere in the world you go, you'll find a Rangers supporter. It's very true.
So who's going to win? Little point in asking the lone player in Toronto.
If we were playing AC Milan on Saturday morning and playing this final in the afternoon, we'd fancy ourselves in the two of them, We'd fancy ourselves to beat anybody. Obviously, I fancy Rangers.
There's a wonderful irony about that. Final here in Glasgow and Andy Cameron actually in Toronto at the time. Now, whether or not you're coming along to Hampden this afternoon or whether you'll be enjoying television with us, you do have a chance to enter our Man of the Match competition. Win yourself a VIP day out at another great football occasion, Manchester United Blackburn Rovers FA Charity Shield match at Wembley on the 14th of August. Now, courtesy of Tennent's, the sponsors of our Cup final today, you'll be flown to London, chauffeur driven to Wembley, between champagne lunch, and then watch the match from among the best seats in the stadium. To enter, all you have to do is nominate who you think will be the man of the match this afternoon. Once you've made up your mind, then call the number there, 0891 1122 0891 1122 33. The lines are open until 4:15 this afternoon. A quick call is all that's needed. Should last about a minute and should only cost you about 39 pence. So your predictions as to the man of the match that could win you a day out at the Charity Shield at Wembley in August. Now, after a very successful cup final last year at Celtic Park, we're back here at the newly refurbished Hampden for this afternoon's game, and I think everyone feels a great sense of pleasure at the changes that have taken place here. Chick Young looks behind the scenes at the new Hampden.
The rebirth of Hampden is not complete, of course, but there have been few complications in the operation. £12 million spent on the ground so far. The same again to be invested in the demolition of the South Stand and the building of a new one with work starting this summer.
I think there may be an effort to retain some of the line aspects of it, which will still portray the Hampden as renewed. I'm afraid the South Stand en bloc will have to go. There will be a much deeper structure. So the positions where the turrets are at the moment will actually only be midway into the new stand. So effectively they would be out of position there and would have to be moved anyway. So the stand will go completely.
Hampden's current 38,000 capacity will rise to nearly 60,000, making it a candidate for European finals. The new stand will soar to the height of the highest part of the roof over the east stand and will rocket the National Stadium into the 21st century after decades of decay.
Remember, the south stand at the moment has only got 4,500 seats because of the safety certificate and new regulations brought about by FIFA and by the various government committees. So that stand which once had 17,000 and it was now only capable of holding 4,500, and it's that reduction which gives us the 38,000 figure. So if we take 38,000 and we add on maybe another 20,000, which the new south stand will be able to accommodate, you're up close to the 60,000 figure. And again, you're quite right, that's what we're aiming for. We actually spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, quite a bit of money before the major game against the Netherlands to completely macadam the surrounds of Hampden. All the money that comes into the stadium from whatever source, whether it's the corporate hospitality or sponsorship or whatever, goes actually back into the stadium. There is none withheld as profit for our club or for any shareholders. All the money that we raise is reinvested in the stadium to improve the facilities for everyone. So the more we get from all parts of hospitality and other routes, the better it is for the average spectator.
Behind the scenes too, there has been huge cosmetic surgery. This is the corporate hospitality area in the North Stand, decorated with memories of Queen's Park and Scotland's finest hours. But now the future of the National Stadium looks as glamorous as those wonderful days of once upon a time. Hampden has always been famous for its roar and for its swirl, and now Hampden Hospitality is about to become legend. Queen's Park, the most famous amateur football club in the world, has realised the benefits of corporate hospitality. Privileged guests can be wined and dined in here, and then it's only a matter of a stroll just a few yards to the magnificent view of Hampden and all the action on the park. What a view you'll have from here. There'll be 200 VIP guests seated here when Dundee United take on Rangers, and in the fullness of time this will become the press area. All mod cons are included, whether it's for your personal computer or time boggle.
I think what we've achieved so far is only half time, and that what we will have achieved within 3 or 4 years will definitely bring this stadium up to be one of the finest in Europe.
A crowd of 38,000 looking forward to an Scottish Cup final, and for the first time every one of them will have a seat. Now sadly, one lady here amongst them is Dundee United's oldest supporter, but I'm sure she will be glued to our television coverage this afternoon. She is 98-year-old Minnie Way, must be the Tangerines' oldest fan. She spoke to Hazel Irvine.
Minnie Way loves 3 things: the radio, my football, and my pension book. That's my 3 loves. Pension book's best.
Football comes a close second. At 98, Minnie is United's oldest fan, but shares the same hopes and dreams of supporters of every age.
Tennis and boating and playing. I think I'll get the chips and bite a candle. For my team to win. For me, to get the pleasure of knowing that my team won once.
Minnie is older than the club itself. She started work in the Dundee jute mills aged 12 in 1908, long before United's first incarnation as Dundee Hibs. Times have changed. Back then, very few women followed football at all.
I remember when I was young, if you went to the football, the women would spoke to you see a brazen bosom. Can't you her get a football match? That's a man's. Everything was a man's, you see.
Are you glad that it's changed? Can you
Oh,
see
yes.
the changes?
Oh, yes. Well, yes, and lots of things.
But some things haven't changed, like United's luck in the cup.
The last time we got put away Motherwell, that was a bitter pill to swallow for me. The goalie stood and he got injured.
Oh, that's right.
And that man must have suffered terrible. Well, he had my admiration, because I admired a man like that. Yes, he never gave in, and he was working in agony.
Well, I think I've got some bad news for you in that case, because Ali Maxwell, the same goalkeeper, is going to be playing for Rangers this time.
Is he?
Yes.
Well,
Old rocking chair got me.
Minnie Way is one of the sharpest, most vibrant characters you could meet. and she's as passionate today about the game as she has been for most of this century.
If there was one Dundee United player that would score that goal that would win the cup, who would you like it to be? Well, McAdally. Yes, McAdally. It's him and got us through.
And you'll be watching them in
I will. I'll be sitting shacking like a leaf.
Good morning to many. Let's hope she enjoys the game this afternoon, win or lose. So our build-up will continue through to kick-off time here at 3.
The football there robbed instantly by Dave Bowman. And the long ball played forward, inviting Hamish French to chase. Well, it'll be interesting to see how United set their stall. They have Hamish French who could play up front. Dave Bowman will certainly be a key man in the middle of the field. And it already appears as though United have switched to their three-man central defence with Krivokapic and Malpas as markers and Van der Hoorn as sweeper. They're playing a flat back four frequently in the later stages of the season. A challenge by Krivokapic. The victim was Dougie Arnott, and it's the first free kick of the match. So Dougie Arnott, the Motherwell top scorer. Krivokapic is his marker.
I think that was the original defender letting forward. No, he was there in the first couple of minutes there, Jock.
Motherwell trying to come forward for the first time in the match. Ball going behind for a goal kick, but a very interesting tactical setup offered by Dundee United in particular, Ali, with that three-man central defence restored.
They're so good at it, Jock. They've been doing it for years now. Jim McLean's got them very, very well organised, which when you play that formation is very important because you've got to obviously know what the defenders are doing in terms of offside. But United, it's not new to them. They've done it for years, and they obviously fancy themselves to do it.
Okay, now the pass, the offside flag is up against Darren Jackson, and one chowder goes in. Disappointment there for Hamish French. Now he, I do not think, was the player offside. It was Darren Jackson, I think, who had gone forward.
100% right, Jock. Actually, Hamish French is so unlucky here, it's unbelievable. The offside that flag went up, and rightly so, against Darren Jackson, who was a yard off. But didn't Hamish French finish it well?
So the early initiative with United.
I would say so, Jock. It's been with the goal getting disallowed, they certainly look as though they've set a little bit quicker than the Motherwell team. Having said that's very early stages in the game, but United looking a little bit more composed at this stage, I think.
Dougie Arnott there penalised the foul on Freddie Van der Hoorn. Dutchman powering his way forward, caught by the Motherwell striker. Tackled by Nijholt from the rear on Hamish French. Well, Nijholt is not at all happy about that, but he did seem to come through the back of the legs of French. So a chance here for John Clark, the beauty shooting putt, or Freddie Van der Hoorn. They're both very good from this position outside the penalty box. Here's Van der Hoorn. Off the inside of the post, and once again, United are very unlucky. Oh, what a tremendous shot it was from Freddie Van der Hoorn. He drilled it low. Alistair Maxwell diving full length for that, and it's another little for Motherwell.
I can't believe that, Jock. He's actually hit the inside of the post, and the ball's out for a by kick at the other end. That's unbelievable. He struck it so well. Nothing the goalkeeper could do about that. And then you see the ball rolling away. A real let-off for Motherwell there.
Good run made by Arnott, putting pressure on Freddie Van der Hoorn, and he's down the corner kick. Well, Van der Hoorn is incensed about that. Complaining bitterly to referee and linesman. It's a chance for Davy Cooper to test Alan Main in goal. Craig Patterson going to the near post. Cooper with the in-swinger. Swelling that in under the crossbar. A problem from Main. It's forced up past the post by McCart. The whistle had gone for a foul on the goalkeeper, but wouldn't have counted. Chris McCart hasn't scored all season, but came very close here. The ball played across. You see Main coming here, but he was bungled rather by Dougie Arnott before McCart shot wide. French doing a good job for United again, so is Bowman. That's well won by Boyd. Fine play by Tom Boyd. Oh, that's terrific acceleration. Found it all the way and fouled in the end by Krivokapic. Well, Tom Boyd assured me before the match that he was 100% fit and ready to go for this match.
Joe. I tell you what though, it's great refereeing because Mr. Syme was right up at playing it and he watched to see whether Tom Boyd was going to get any advantage. He didn't get any advantage, team didn't get any advantage, and he pulled him up for the foul. Good refereeing.
The run there made by Arnott, getting the end of that free kick from Cooper. It's a fine cross, they'll take Patterson! Just a fraction too high for the Motherwell centre half. But this was superb play from Motherwell. The free kick to Arnott, a delightful cross, and Patterson just a shade underneath that.
That was a chance. I think Big Craig, good header of the ball as he is, just a little bit too high for him, he couldn't go over it.
So a timely reminder for Dundee United that Motherwell are serious threat. There's a foul by Nyholt on Malpass. Well, United skipper has endured 3 disappointments already in finals. Led in by McKinnon. Well, a fine climb there by Darren Jackson. He was under pressure all the way from Boyd. Got up so well. So, looking to add to the 17 goals he's scored this season. He's been such a lively striker for Dundee United, especially in the early part of the season. Struggled a bit latterly, but gets up so well to that. Bowman has been very influential so far for United in midfield. Will take this long throw. Inviting Duncan Ferguson to challenge. It's back towards Clark. Breaking the ball, and down goes Maxwell. Well, that was superb, brave goalkeeping. The flag, I think, was already up on the far side for offside. But that does not detract in any way from the quality of Maxwell's goalkeeping. Well, there's a ricochet here. John Clark had a shooting chance. He was closed down very rapidly indeed, with the ball appeared to break there for McKinnon until Maxwell went down to retrieve it. Now the goal kick against the breeze there from Maxwell. With Arnott. McCart supporting from the right back position. Good work done there by McInally. The ricochet correctly adjudged the Dundee United throw. Up goes Ferguson. McInally's challenge. Nyholt playing it high for Arnott. That's not the way Dougie Arnott likes to receive passes. There's O'Donnell. Ferguson into space for Griffin, who's doing some good work on the right for Motherwell. Releasing the early cross. It's Ferguson! It's a classic from Motherwell! The celebrations begin! It's a goal of outstanding quality to put Motherwell ahead with 73 minutes of the first half gone. The cross here by Jim Cooper took up great position, was deflected, but just look at the accuracy there of the header from Ian Ferguson as he bullets home his 9th goal in Motherwell colours.
I'm going to make a point, John. Watch this. That's who starts the move. Ian Ferguson starts the move. And he makes a great run into the box. I think it just gets deflected out, but what a header that is. Oh! Great goal. You won't see better goals than that, and especially in a cup final, Joe. What a finish. A great ball in from Jimmy Griffin. But the point I was trying to make there was the move was started by Ian Ferguson. A great goal.
Well, a player who's always been judged to have tremendous talent. His commitment and determination has been suspected in his career, which has spanned time at Dundee Rangers, Dundee United and Hearts. But he scored against his former club, and Motherwell are now in the driving seat. Here's John Clark. And Boyd plays the ball against the United player. It's a goal kick to Motherwell, and we're now entering an absolutely crucial phase in the game because Motherwell will be determined to hold this lead. Look at these Motherwell supporters, totally delirious for the moment. So we're into stoppage time in the first half as Krivojevic comes forward, linking with McKinnon. French peels across to the right. Control let him down for a brief second there, and Boyd trying to keep the ball in play, but it's French again. And the help was provided by Davy Cooper at the expense of a corner kick, and it may well be the last opportunity in the first half for United to get back on level terms. So the first time Raymond McKinnon has been able to take a corner kick for United. Rolling the ball in, Maxwell is committed. There's McInally. The goal kick's been given. Well, a moment of alarm there, undoubtedly, in the Motherwell defence. Maxwell came for that and didn't make contact, and that will certainly have an adverse effect on his confidence. Complete miscue as McInally drove the ball wide. So Motherwell certainly hoping now that they have survived ahead until half-time, but United anxious to avoid the wrath of Jim McLean perhaps, but they won't manage that. There goes the half-time whistle as the former Dundee United striker, Ian Ferguson, who has separated the side with a goal of outstanding quality in 53 minutes. Set up by Ferguson initially, carried on by Jim Griffin, a cross slightly deflected, bulleted home by the head of Ferguson, and that's why the flags are waving there at the Motherwell end. The half-time score, Motherwell 1, Dundee United 0. As Ian Ferguson comes out, the goal scorer of Motherwell, it's United who have left Duncan Ferguson in the dressing room. He was an injury out before the match, and the player on to replace him is little John O'Neill, who will add a new dimension to the United attacking ploys with his skills on the flank. He'll play at the start on the left flank, and it's now French and Jackson who are operating through the middle. So United coming out with a real sense of purpose, I've no doubt, for this second half. They'll want to take a grip on the match in exactly the same way as they did at the start of the first half. And now Krivokapic. Coleman operating on the right. Now Van der Haan. Well, United enjoying lots of possession at the start of the second half. That was excellent play. And there's going to be trouble here for Luke Nyholt for a late tackle on John O'Neill. Very heavy one at that, and little O'Neill is getting up very quickly indeed. He wants possession again. There's the early cross. In goes John Clark, colliding there with Maxwell. The ball is thumped to safety in the end by Ian Angus, but Maxwell's in trouble once again. Well, what a collision that was between Maxwell and John Clark. He came thundering in to get on the end of this cross from John O'Neill. Well, such a powerful man. And Maxwell appeared to have caught that quite cleanly. Couldn't possibly hold it under that kind of pressure.
Maybe the ribs, Joe. Looks to me as if he got one of the ribs.
Well, he's played for Motherwell every match since the 17th of December 1988. Well, over 100 matches in a row. And he's been so important and influential in Motherwell's rise this season. He's going to continue. But I can't help imagining that United will want to test him again very quickly indeed. And the official attendance handed to us, 57,319. Here's David Cooper. A chance for Milan, and it's onside. And it was great defending by Krivokapic. Near try Krivokapic, demonstrating superb awareness there. He knew exactly where Arnold was breaking, kept Cooper in front of him and cut off the pass.
Fully fit Ali Maxwell might have got a hold of that one.
Well, Bedlam on the Jockstein terracing to our right now, where the Dundee United supporters are amassed, and Dave Bowman has selected the occasion to score only his second goal of the season. We're just 10 minutes into the second half, which has been thoroughly eventful. And Motherwell now realise that they have to try to win the game all over again. Dave Bowman drilling that in with real composure and accuracy, realising that Maxwell was less than fully fit. So the flag's waving now from the United fans. And John Clark looking for O'Neill on the far side. Well, from the neutral point of view, Ali, it looks as though United may be in control now.
It certainly looks that way. Getting the goal at the correct time when they did. Having said that, here's Motherwell in a break again.
Now Cooper. Well tackled by Clark. It breaks for Griffin. He is sent spinning there by a combination of O'Neill and McKinnon. Well, this is developing into a really torrid cup tie now. You would expect little else in the final. Two totally committed sides. Cooper with a free kick. Looking for Craig Patterson, getting up well. There's the header and the goal for Motherwell. It's Phil O'Donnell. He scored his first ever goal for Motherwell, and Motherwell are back in the lead. The goal of skill and bravery and total commitment, and Motherwell have hit back in the best possible fashion. It was the free kick here from Davy Cooper which caused all the problems. The headed clearance that came from John Clark, and look how bravely Phil O'Donnell threw himself at that to put Motherwell ahead.
A tremendous goal, Jock. Look at that. The ball comes over here. Patterson and Clark go for it. It breaks kindly, but how brave is he here? Look. Oh, there's heads going, feet, everything going there. He was brave as a lion. And I think he won't be feeling that one just now. But I couldn't help notice, Jock, I don't know if you noticed it yourself, as soon as the ball hit the back of the net for Motherwell, I looked at Ali Maxwell, and there was no sign of emotion at all, because he is struggling. I think he's really struggling, Jock.
Well, what a cup final this is. Philip O'Donnell, 19 years old, has never scored for Motherwell before, and appears in the cup final to put his team into the lead. Well, he scored before at Hampden. There's a good save by Maxwell. Phil O'Donnell scored a couple in the Schools Cup final here a couple of years ago.
Well, Jock, not been one to say I told you so, but in the first half he was making surging runs, and we did notice that they pointed them out, and one of them was paid off there with a great header.
Careless one from Cooper, forcing Boyd to backtrack. He appeared to be pushed there by French. Well, the Claret and Amber favours flying in the wind again, and Alistair Maxwell is clearly struggling vehemently to stay in the match. Cooper doing some backtracking there. There's Nyholt. Chested down by Arnott. Support provided by Griffin. Let's look Nyholt again. Well, that's not the way David Cooper likes to receive passes. He wants the ball to feet. That was played into space ahead of him. Not his favoured position. And Dundee United also will make a change. Billy McKinlay coming on. But there's a chance for Angus! 3-1 to Motherwell. Set up brilliantly by Kirk and finished by Angus. What a magnificent goal for Motherwell. Struck with accuracy and power. And it's Claret and Amber all around us. Look at this controlled layoff from Steve Kirk. Then the finish from Angus.
Jock, absolutely magnificent. We're seeing goals of the highest quality. Look at this. Oh, he kept it down really well. First and foremost, it's a difficult ball to keep down, Jock, and he's managed to keep it down and keep it on target, and the goalkeeper had no chance. That's another magnificent goal. We're getting spoiled here today, Jock.
Well, it's been quite remarkable. That goal coming in the 65th minute of the match. 65 minutes, and it's 3-1 to Motherwell. Tommy McLean still concerned particularly about Maxwell and goal. Johnny McKinlay has come on to replace Raymond McKinnon in midfield.
What is an interesting point, if I could make, Jock, that actually three of the goal scorers aren't renowned at all for the goal scoring. O'Donnell, Angus or David Bowman, which is quite interesting, but they've got themselves forward and prepared to take a potted goal.
Yes, it was Bowman's second of the season, Ian Angus the third of the season. And Phil O'Donnell's first in Claret and Amber in the Motherwell first team. There's French, tackled well, Bowman plays it inside. Well, the chatting here coming in these Motherwell supporters as Billy McKinlay plays the ball across. This is Maurice Malpass. Angus with the header out. Kirk's trying the clearance, it came off Clark. Bowman leaning into Boyd there. Jackson is onside. Tackled well by Patterson, stayed in his feet and nudged the ball clear. Well, still plenty of time for more drama to unfold, and still plenty of time for United to come back. There's Bowman's cross, the chance is on! John O'Neill for United! United hit back virtually instantly. John O'Neill pops up, and that's his first goal of the season also. Played in by Bowman. Little O'Neill gets up so well. Maxwell rooted to the spot, and now the margin is narrowed to 1.
Another brilliant goal. Look at the quality of the cross coming in, and the header's a superb finish. A great ball in from David Bowman, and as I say, a great finish from young John O'Neill.
Griffin's header looking for Arnott. Well, you know the feeling every time either side goes forward when they get a goal. Dave Bowman's long throw. Up goes Patterson to win it. Bowman using John O'Neill. That's another fine cross. Out comes Maxwell. Well, he's in agony, the goalkeeper. This is a display of the most immense courage.
That was unbelievable, Joe. Honest, I can't believe he came for that. I really can't. Look at this. Comes off his line, feeling as he does. A, he stuff punched it, and B, he catches it. Tremendous bravery.
So the clock ticking on. We're inside the closing 2 minutes, apart from injury time. For United, it's a question now of thinking only in terms of forcing extra time. A foul by Van der Horn on Arnott. So a chance for Motherwell to push some players forward.
That was the point I was trying to make again there, Chop. It's a good foul. Dougie Arnott will run tirelessly all day for you, and he's got a handful for Van der Horn, and that's a good foul for Motherwell up there. The time obviously the clock's ticking away for them.
Here's David Cooper with a free kick. Headed away by Malpass. With Jim Griffin. Lofting it over the advancing wall of United defenders. We're in the final minute. Motherwell leading by 3 goals to 2. Misjudged there by Boyd. Here's John O'Neill. That's a good tackle by Boyd. Kept his eye on the ball. Ignored the trickery of O'Neill. Misunderstanding there between Clark and O'Neill. There's Boyd. Sending it along for Arnold again. He's on his own. That won't trouble him. O'Donnell coming up to support him. Played through the gap for the youngster. And here's a chance for United. Darren Jackson's on his own. Out comes Maxwell. Jackson has scored. The equaliser for Dundee United. Motherwell punished for the injury to their goalkeeper. Maxwell, who couldn't come to meet that challenge, allows Jackson to equalise in the final minute of the match. Brave play there by Jackson, but question marks about the heart of that Motherwell defence. Appear to be caught up field and napping.
There's no doubt about it. He was very, very brave though. A tremendous goal for United, there's no doubt about that. Look how he gets up here. Doesn't take his eye off the ball, which is so important. He knocks it in there. He knows the goalkeeper's going to hit him, but he's so brave. A great goal.
Well, there's the score now. 3 apiece. And now the flag's waving there to indicate that there's going to be an extra half hour, almost certainly. There goes Bowman. Calmly cut off by Craig Patterson. Good defensive work. Clearance goes straight to Clark. There's McKinley. Here's a chance now for Morris Malpass to win the match. Wow, what a dream end to the season that would have been for the player of the year, Morris Malpass.
Absolutely, it was a great chance here, but he just failed to keep the ball down and get it on target. He'll be disappointed with that one. But it was a lovely dummy, and just to see again who leaves it. Yeah, it's Jim McInnes, a lovely dummy. There goes the final whistle, Job.
So the 90 minutes are over. It's been a match which will be remembered for a very long time, regardless of what's still to happen. But for Alistair Maxwell, the agony of losing that goal in the final minute and facing the prospect of another 30 minutes of play, but he's clearly in such distress. 30 minutes and perhaps that penalty shootout, and of course Alistair Maxwell, the Motherwell goalkeeper, will be dreading that prospect. So he'll be looking for his teammates, his outfield teammates, to win the final for him. But they'll have to come back again after so much time spent in defence in the second half, Motherwell. It'll be difficult to become an attacking force again, except there will be inspiration from Cooper. O'Donnell playing it square. It came off Nyholt. Here's Arnott. Now Angus. Supported well by Cooper. Through the gap it goes to O'Donnell. Angus once again playing it in early. In comes Steve Cook. And a brilliant save from Main. Magnificent attacking play by Motherwell, answered by Alan Mains. Outstanding save. This was great build-up play from Motherwell. Angus playing that across. In came Steve Cook. A good downward header. What a save. Cooper supporting on the right. Cook from the left. Arnott through the middle. Here's Angus. Down a corner kick off Morris Malpass. Well, you have to hand it to Motherwell the way in which they started extra time.
They certainly have, John. They proved me wrong again. I thought United would take the initiative in the opening period of the extra time, but it's not been the case at all. Motherwell came ahead and they're looking to win this game. I thought they would sat back and maybe hope a penalty at the end of the day, but it's not going to be that. If Motherwell are pushing forward and have started the first period of extra time, a better team.
Cooper now with his corner kick. Lots of activity in front of Alan Main. Main's in trouble there, Steve Cook! The super sub has done it again, and Motherwell are back in front. 4 minutes of extra time gone, and Motherwell draw on all their reserves of courage and determination, with Steve Cook popping up again with a crucial goal. The corner kick from Davy Cooper. Alan Main and that sea of bodies couldn't get to it. He misjudged it. It came off his hands, and there was Cook with a powerful header, and it's Motherwell back ahead.
When I watched it the first time, Jock, I thought right away fouling the goalkeeper. But we're very fortunate. We can watch it in the replay, and I think a goal was the correct decision in that example. Well finished again by super sub Cook, wasn't it?
Well, it's incredible. 4-3 in the Scottish Cup final. Makes us consider the record books to see the last high-scoring final. We have the shot, and it's brilliantly saved by Maxwell. Darren Jackson let fly. Maxwell getting up there, coughing furiously. He's in serious trouble, but just look at this. It was a save which would have been held to be a magnificent one in any circumstances, but with that injury, unbelievable. Well, Griffin imposing himself there on McInally, but illegally, says the referee. Well, we're going to stop his time in the first period of extra time. Well, there isn't any of that. Half time and extra time. Motherwell ahead by 4 goals to 3. The goal in 4 minutes of extra time from Steve Cook. Tommy McLean offering instructions here to Nyholt. Biggie Hope, the fourth official, trying to get the Motherwell manager back off the field. Payne clearly edged in the face of Alistair Maxwell. So United off with 15 minutes to save the cup final. Remember, they're 6th under Jim McLean. Good play there by McCart. And Motherwell, of course, as Dundee United press forward, always liable to do something on the break. Here's Dave Bowman firing in the cross this time. Maxwell stays on his line. Up goes Griffin. The shooting chance is on, and it's saved by Maxwell. The shot from Morris Malpass, and the save of the day without any question from Maxwell. Well, Malpass can't believe that.
I'm not surprised, John. What a magnificent save. Here we go. You've seen a ball break it to Malpass here. The head's got it, comes to his right foot. Oh, what a save, Jock, it really is.
And it might well be the save which wins the cup for Motherwell. Colin O'Neill is now on the track, waiting to come on. The player going to be withdrawn is Davy Cooper, whose legs have given out rather. Just listen to the applause for Cooper from the Motherwell fans. Applauding the Motherwell hero to a man. The South Park supporters. Off goes Cooper, and on comes the Northern Ireland international, Colin O'Neill. Referee checking his watch again. The ball lashed forward by Van der Hoorn.
Give a chance on again. There's John Clark. The ball has gone wide of the target. And the final whistle is gone. Motherwell have won the cup in the most dramatic fashion possible.
It was a wonderful final, wasn't it? Motherwell taking the cup for the first time since 1952. Ali Maxwell, it later transpired, had played on with a ruptured spleen and took all of 6 months to recover. And of course, Ali Maxwell will be in action here at Hampden this afternoon in the Rangers goal against Dundee United. Now, highlights of Rangers Cup win 12 months ago coming up in a moment. All this, of course, because the one-day international at Lords has been delayed by rain. Latest news we have is an inspection at 2 o'clock. But let's just remind you what we intend to do for the rest of this afternoon on Cup Final Grandstand. Some star predictions from some guests who may not be all that they seem. That you will see a little later on. Round by round action right through to those semi-final victories by Dundee United and Rangers. Memory matches too for cup finals of the past. Today's heroes, what do they think about the big match to come? Billy McNeill looks at the two opposing sides. And then, of course, live coverage of this afternoon's Tennant Scottish Cup final. Kick-off time at 3 o'clock, right through to the presentation of the trophy, even if that includes extra time and, God forbid, kicks from the penalty mark, as it is officially described. So all that to come. Our build-up picks up pace from 1 o'clock, but let's now, having seen Dundee United's last appearance in a cup final, see Rangers, which was, of course, only 12 months ago. It was at Celtic Park against Aberdeen. Let's enjoy the highlights from 12 months ago. Commentary once again from Jock Brown with Billy McNeill.
I don't think you can do it, so you can't run. You know, I think football is a game of fun and enjoyment. And that's what I want. I just want to see my boys play football, you know, with a smile and laugh and joke. And that's a guarantee you're going to be successful.
Ivan Golat has brought a big smile to Scottish football. As he relaxed this week with live Bratislava at his home in Southampton, the Dundee United manager spoke of the importance of his walk in the park philosophy to get players in the right frame of mind.
That's what I've actually done since I came here. Before the Brøndby game, we went for a nice walk, you know, a cup of tea, whatever. Just get away from, you know, go for a nice walk. Because for me, the best part of anybody's job is just go for a walk. Anyway, that's a guarantee that tomorrow when you get back to work, I'm sure you're going to give him 120%.
Giving his all has always been the Golat's way. British football had its first sighting of him when he played in the star-studded Southampton side in the late 70s and early 80s, having been signed from Partizan Belgrade.
Oh, a lovely ball on by Shannon. Oh, Golak! What a magnificent goal by the Yugoslavs!
I always remember it, you know, I don't think you can never forget, you know. I had a magnificent time to play with Partizan Belgrade, you know. I would say, you know, 4 or 5 years since playing with Southampton, something something, I'm sure, you know, probably the best part of Southampton as well. Because even today, when we were doing the team, we all remember, you know, beautiful days, late 70s. We had a great balance of boys in the past. I must say I was a bad loser. I was a really bad loser. Even these days when I'm involved in a private side, you want to win. That's just something which is a bone in you. That kind of attitude which will always have been with me. That's exactly what I want for my boys. I hate to see, you know, good losers. Unfortunately, we have been in a good losers. You know, one of the points we all could have played, no doubt about it. None of our stars players. At least, you know, what are you going to get for fair play? The best team in the world never got a fair play. Trophies. FC Milan or Ajax, just name any in the past. I want to see my team be really extremely hard. And obviously, we want to play football, but that's our game. And Well, next line after over, that's the only one we're going to have to find out.
His first match as United manager was this one. Billy McKinlay scored in a 1-1 draw with Aberdeen. It's a new setup next season, a 10-club Premier Division. Golats reckons things can only get worse.
Can you answer me? How are you going to give a chance, young staff next year, when from 10 clubs, one goes down, when every goal is important, not point? You can't expect the game to go forward. No chance. Next year, I said it's going to be bigger struggle than this year.
Ivan Golats would be happy to help improve the game if anyone wants to listen. But the big problem, he says, is a lack of communication at all levels of football.
I think the job is to spend more time together, especially SFA, people, other managers, press, because we all have always been short. Get together for the only one thing, and that's just improve the game. That's the game. Yeah, really well. But just, some of them are probably afraid to say because they could be in trouble. You see, I've never been worried about my well, I very much understand it. But I was the same when I haven't been. Okay. And I know probably I will have trouble with it. Some officials. I'm not. If democracy is, you're not allowed to say that you're thinking I'm heavily against democracy.
Fascinating, unconventional character, Ivan Golats, and very different from his predecessor.
Shouldn't have watched it. That's a loaded question. He's been great. I love listening to him. He seems to love life, loves football. See, when you're involved in football at a professional level, it can get very intense and very serious, and he's trying to take that out of it, but as far as the players are concerned, make them enjoy it. It is a tremendous line.
And maybe the right approach in view of the importance of today's game to United and the succession of losing finals.
No, why not? It's a different approach. It reminds me a little bit like when Klopp was on the scene and he had all sorts of stories that he got all the players up the night before the cup final and took them all down to the bar and gave them a drink. It's just something different. He went on to win that cup final, I believe. So, yeah, why not? Good luck.
What would your feeling be about managers who take players to the races the day before a cup final and they stop and smell the flowers? It's not that important.
I think if it wins the cup final, I think all the preparations are well worth it. You try for the extra edge, something new when it comes to preparations. Everybody's been through the same thing over and over again, and it's like a breath of fresh air. What he's doing, and if it works, it works. I mean, why not? And Sunday United's been into finals in the past, probably prepared the same way, the proper way, according to most people, and they haven't won it.
The man who led them through those 6 previous finals, of course, is now the United chairman, and I wonder what he, who's been very quiet of late, makes confidence the next thing.
What I say, I'm a saint here. I am ambitious. I want to fuck to be successful. And sometimes we are a bit disappointed, but I think we know to $5 here. I just get on it. There's no doubt about it. There's a magnificent challenge in it. I firmly believe that Ivan Golats Paul Sturrock will grow in his coat.
Wonderful stuff again from the Hosmany only. Right, let's take you back to the end of January and the highlights of round 3 of this year's Tennant Scottish Cup.
Into the third round, the big guns join in, and this was an explosive campaign start for Kilmarnock, drawn against county rivals Ayr United. The rugby Packers drew first blood.
McSkimming! John McSkimming for Kilmarnock.
But passions run deep in Ayrshire, and United pulled it back. Trickery on the wing from Hugh Burns, and Stevie Bright in at the far post with a diving header. But a controversial finish, a classic case of did he trip or was he pushed? Sean McSkimming ending up on his face. And the referee's own expression told the story. Penalty killing.
Tom Black.
The first big shock of the competition looked a distinct possibility when the Bully Wee came to Easter Road. Half an hour gone, Clyde stunned the Hibs support. Alan Mackenzie's cross, defender Graham McShane in with the header. Jubilation, though more Clyde flags than fans there to celebrate. They were still waiting them until 20 minutes from time. His frantic search for an equaliser paid off. Michael O'Neill's low drive. Relief all round and then despair for Clyde. 2 minutes left, McAllister's familiar shimmy and a familiar outcome. Hibs through, but with a lot of huffing and puffing. When Gordon Jury began the 4-0 demolition of Dumbarton at Ibrox, there was at least some compensation on the cards for the Sons of the Rock, a £100,000 paycheck. But this was not a pleasant way to earn it for Murdo McLeod's side, as Mark Hickley stepped up for the second. The holders began to look the part. David Robertson cutting inside. His pass found Mikhailichenko, and Trevor Stephen did the rest. And then with the parting of the wall came the final crumbling of Suns' resistance. David Robertson's first goal of the season, Rangers' fourth on the day. Ross County were the Highland League's last hope, but this was their last stand at Alloa. Mike McInerney's close-range header had the Wasps buzzing. And the sting in the tail came from the left boot of Neil McAvoy. Ross County out of the cup, but soon to be welcomed in to the Scottish League. Clydebank Dundee wasn't so much a game of two halves than a light middleweight boxing match. Football still on the agenda when John Henry put the Bankies ahead. And the Clydeside team made the Premier Division opponents wait until late in the second half for the equaliser. Paul Tosh with an acute angle equaliser, a real cup cracker. But that sparked some serious celebrations which were to turn sour. A pitch invasion, and Bankies keeper Alan Monaghan, who's more used to punching the ball away, was forced to use his pugilistic skills for self-defence. No points decision on the day, Dundee won the replay. The luckless Cowden Beasts haven't had it easy this season, but the Blue Brazil looked good against Morton when Nicky Henderson put them 2 up at Capillo. They held on until 2 minutes left. Surely they couldn't blow it now, but they did. Derek Lilly with the equaliser, and you needn't ask, the Blue Brazil lost the replay. Motherwell against Celtics, Firth Park in a gale, 8 minutes to go. This the tie of the round, settled by a swirling deflection off Pat McGinley's boot, and then an unstoppable header from Tommy Coyne. His own club out of the cup, Motherwell marching on.
The answer to another Cup trivia question coming up in a moment, but let's now take you back to the 1976 Cup Final when Rangers completed the treble under Jock Wallace with a Cup Final victory over Hearts.
Oh man, as a neutral, I just can't separate the team.
No idea who that was. Can't help you there. Let's look back 13 years to the last time that Rangers and Dundee United met here at Hampden in a Scottish Cup Final. Hazel Irvine looks back to that 1981 final and talks to the 13 captains that afternoon.
Paul Hegarty and Ali Dawson last led their teams out of a tunnel at Hampden. That was 13 years ago, but the memories are as vivid as ever.
Derek Johnson, Vineyard Cooper with a chance. And is it going in? It's the goal. There will be curling that. There is. Oh, that's a great goal by Bobby Russell. The shot on is gone with a great chance. It's a goal. 2-1. United fight back. Nice ball by Cooper. Here's McDonald with a chance. He's done it. 3-1. That's to John McDonald. He's onside. There's McDonald. He's put it through and he's gone. 1 for Rangers.
Yeah, 12, 13 years ago, it's a bit of blur. You play so many games throughout your career, it's only when you take stock of succession and maybe see the old videos you can realise, you've played a number of games, and obviously there's some games that stick out in your memory most times. And that was one of the ones you want to do really quicker.
I guess you've kept it in your video collection, though, Ali.
Definitely kept it in my video collection. Yeah.
What was your most vivid memory from the final then?
The biggest thing in that day, obviously, for myself was being the captain and actually lifting the trophy. The one thing that did spring to mind is just after I lifted it up, turned round, and one of the first faces, you see a blur of face. The first face I saw, which happened to be my uncle, who was at the game. There was a lot of silly little things that stuck in my mind. But for that, it was fantastic. Lifting the actual trophy, turning round and facing the supporters. Fantastic.
Paul Hegarty too knows that feeling. Twice he's lifted the League Cup, but he and United have never got their hands on the game's biggest prize.
It's the most stuff in it, and really special stuff. And you just hope that Morris gets a chance to get the selection. Not only for the club, but the club and the supporters, and probably a lot of people in Scotland would like to see Dundee United win it, because it's like maybe like a Jimmy White thing. You know, you get there, and you've been there so many times that you just hope that you get a chance to get a bit further there. But obviously Rangers on the deposit prize, and it'll be a difficult thing.
If Morris is to collect the cup, it'll be with the aid of a new generation of players. Personnel changes have brought new faces such as Jaron Nixon and defender Gordon Petrich to Tannadice. Hegarty believes their freshness could work to United's advantage.
And that could be a first after. I remember when we played Roma in the European Cup semi-final. We didn't play particularly well. And the only person that really played to his form that day was our 19-year-old Nicholas Martin. Because he probably didn't realise how big a game it was. So these players might not realise, okay, we know it's a cup final and there'll be 40,000 people there. But, it's new to them. And maybe that's a good thing.
No doubt who Ali Dawson will be shouting for. The ex-Ranger has just completed a successful 2.5-year coaching stint in Malta. Now he's ready to come home.
And involved in the coaching at one of those clubs. I've known football since I've basically been knee-high to a grasshopper, as I say, but it's been my life. I'd like to carry on involved in football at some stage.
Donald. It goes to Dawson with a chance, and he scored.
The Dawson-Hegarty playing days may be over, but the memories remain. And there's not even a hint of envy on Paul's part when it comes to that day in the Cup.
Looking back, and I think if I and I agreed, the objectives and honestly, they've had good career, a very good career. Other people who've maybe done more in the game, maybe slightly different. They never picked up the tax or maybe it's like Ali Martin. And we're grateful for that. And I think that's nice.
But if he brought his winner's medal, you might have thrown him off the premises.
No, Ali's too nice to do that. He's too big.
Hard to believe that match was actually 13 years ago now. Well, time now for another memory match, in fact, this time the 1987 final, in which both Paul Hegarty and Eddie Damon Bannon alongside me played. That was 7 years ago. It was a Dundee United St Mirren final, and this really provided a cup final upset.
That's a better ball, there's no onside. In red, but there's Gallagher. Ferguson's done it. And he's offside, no.
I think Hans Ritter was offside in the first time. It's a great ball across. It's right side by the keeper. And Ferguson sticks it away. In my opinion, I probably thought that should have been a goal.
On it goes to Ferguson. Red run by Ferguson here. Can he put it away? Ian Ferguson. One chance in the game, and St Mirren are in the lead. The youngster, who's had a very quiet and restrained game, getting this one opportunity. Well, breaking tradition, by the way, the losing team will receive their medals first. They are the losers, but nevertheless, we really have to give them credit. for a marvellous season, and yet the Scottish Cup is not theirs.
Yes, another of those Dundee United Cup final disappointments. In fact, I remember it was really a pretty disappointing game all round. Well, United are putting all those memories behind them, of course, and in fact the team bus has just arrived at Hampden. Ivan Golac there, happy, smiling as always. Took the players to the races at Hamilton Park yesterday, and apparently some of the lads backed a few winners as well. And it'll be interesting to see just how they approach this now. It's Gordon Petric going off there. What an important man he's going to be for Dundee United this afternoon. Marvellous player at the back. And the man, of course, who will be captaining United this afternoon and hoping to become the first United captain to get his hands on the trophy is Maurice Malpas. He's talking to his 11.
Maurice Malpas, was it a good sleep you had last night?
Excellent, Hazel. I watched the golf last night and fell asleep very easily. I don't have that problem.
We've noticed the whole week the real relaxation in this United camp, but when you came over the brow of the hill and you saw Hampden, what were the feelings like then?
I don't know, it was just great we've seen. It was great when we came to the front row and we seen the Master United fans. I think that really, you realise then you're in the final.
It's a positive feeling that we've had all week. Are you going to play positively? Is that an attacking-minded team that you'll have?
Yeah, we're just going to play the way we've been playing before. Go out and do our best, play positively. You can't defend against Rangers. There's too many good players to just sit back and try and break away. So we're just going to play the way we're good at.
You've been here 4 times, lost 4 times, Maurice. Is it going to be a winning trip?
Yeah, we'll forget about the 4 times before. I've told you that before. But just, as I say, we're going to have fun, enjoy the day and make sure I go up second for a change.
A lot of youngsters in this squad. Can you describe the mood that they have this morning?
Well, they're really tough, actually. I was a wee bit worried that they were maybe a bit nervous, but they've been brilliant. We're a wee snooker competition last night. I know we'll beat the young again.
As usual.
As usual, but they've been great. They're thoroughly enjoying it.
Well, wish all the very best today. Thanks, Maurice.
Thank you. Okay.
Well, let's just get a word from Eamon Bannon about Maurice Malpas, former teammate of yours, and I think in his 5th final, you'd love to see him finally get a winner's badge.
I would. I mean, Paul Hegarty said it earlier. I would love to see United win the cup for the likes of Maurice, Jim McInally, Dave Bowman. Have been at the club a good number of years. They've been at 2 or 3 finals themselves. Maurice there, this is his 5th final. I've watched United 3 or 4 times this season, and quite honestly, he's been an outstanding player. 2 or 3 of those occasions. He's played wide left as a left back. He's been a man marker in the middle. He's played in midfield, and he's been really an outstanding season.
I mentioned Gordon Petric briefly. We just saw him on the left-hand left of the picture there. I think just walking out. What a marvellous signing he's been.
He has been. I mean, they built him up before he actually arrived. But to be fair to him, I think he's matched his billing. He's been very, very composed, very calm at the back. Too calm at times. He's got a bad habit dribbling along the 6-yard box, which must send managers into palpitations. But anything that comes into the box is very, very dominant. And again, he holds the defence together at times.
Having talked about a couple of defenders, let's hear now from the man who'll be entrusted with scoring goals for United this afternoon. He's already done it in a couple of seasons, of course. Craig Brewster, he too is with Hazel.
Craig Brewster, you were let go by United as a youngster. You're back here full circle. This must be, in cliche terms, a dream come true for you.
It must be, especially after about the last 4 cup finals, watching on the terrace and supporting, and it's great to be part of the setup.
It dawned on you as you came through to look at the pitch here that you are in a cup final at long last.
Without a doubt, great reception when we arrived, just at the front door there. Many fans cheering away. So it'd be nice to do it for every one of them.
You're going to be up front today, but can you tell us how United are going to play? What will be your striking arrangements today?
We'll just be up and at them sort of thing, and just take it from there.
You played against Richard Gough a few times this season, always been tough battles. Can you have his measure today?
I hope so. As I said, it'll be down to the boys. If we perform on the day, don't hustle Rangers from the kick-off, we've got a great chance.
What's your preparations now in the final build-up to the kick-off? Is it nervous for you now?
The nerves are starting a wee bit, but hopefully they'll have gone by 3 o'clock, so looking forward to it.
Ivan Golac, has he been giving you a little bit of brainwashing this morning as well?
Oh, as usual, laid back self, so I think he's looking forward to it.
Sure we all the best to you.
Pleasure, thank you.
So no sign of nerves at the moment in the United camp. Interesting there to hear Craig Brewster talk about facing Richard Gough again, Terry. Always strikes me Gough and McPherson, like most defenders I suppose, are happier facing the ball.
It's nice when you've got someone who's going to stand up against him and someone to battle, really. When you've got like nippy forwards against you, well, that was gave me problems in the past. So I think they've played against Craig Brewster quite a few times this year. They know his strengths. They know he's very good in the box. They can hold the ball up and provide goal-scoring opportunities as well. And then it's down to them to try and stop that. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Dundee United do approach it, whether they play Craig Brewster through the middle on his own, or Scott Crabbe or whoever comes inside. It all depends how how they set their stall out early doors. But it's up to the players to try and get an early tackle in, especially if it's a go off on Craig Brewster, let him know he's in a cup final, and take it from there.
Well, that's it. I suppose, in a sense, Scott Crabbe is a player that United would have loved to have had Pip this afternoon. Obviously, has the broken leg, but he could have given them another attacking option, couldn't he?
Well, Scott was doing very well before he actually broke his ankle on his leg, and I know Scott well from my days at Hearts with him. Sure. A very, very enthusiastic player, and he came onto a rich vein of form, and I'm sure he'd be absolutely sick that he's not actually making it. Strangely enough, Craig Brewster, I was at Dundee United, he was freed. He was about 5'4" when he was freed. Honestly. He was a very small player when he was freed, and then very pops up a couple of years later, he's 6'1", 6'2", so it shows you how things change around. But actually it's an aerial battle between Gough, McPherson and Brewster. He's obviously a very tall lad, and he tries to do what Hateley does at the other end. He tries to get in the box and end of things. It should be interesting.
All right, well, let's now turn our attention back to Rangers. The Rangers bus we saw arriving as well. Their players are out taking a look at this relayed Hampden pitch. And Trevor Stephen is talking now to Rob McLean.
Trevor, your Scottish Cup final jinx strikes again. You're missing out.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit unlucky for me. I trained on Thursday, and I got returns really of the problem that I had before. I had a bit of a groin problem. I came back and I knew straight away on Thursday afternoon that I was going to be struggling for it, but gave it as much time as possible. But it's not really responded to the treatment, so we'll have to sit this one out as well.
Put into words how you're feeling at this stage before such a big game.
Well, extreme disappointment because more so than last year. I think last year I missed it because I had 2 weeks to think about. I had a Achilles tendon operation, and I was 2 weeks before the cup final last year. But this was got to the last 48 hours and I thought I was going to play, and so it's hard to bear, but it's one of those things. I don't like watching games anyway, but to watch a cup final, I'm going to be kicking every ball with the players today, and just hopefully we can get the result. But it's extremely disappointing.
It means now that both sides have lost a key player in the midfield, yourself for Rangers and Billy McKinlay for Dundee United. Is that maybe a cancelling out?
I read this morning that sort like that, and it could be the case. There's going to be 11 players on each side there, hungry for winners' medals this afternoon, and a bit of a wind blowing. It's going to be a hard and fast game. The pitch is in good condition, so I'm looking forward to a good game. As long as we can get the right result.
You're not quite ready to push up the daisies yourself yet, so hopefully you'll be back in the next season or so for another crack at the missing medal.
Third time lucky next year, I hope, and I'm sure there's going to get all this way and then actually play in the final, but there's always next year, as we say.
Hard lines, Trevor. Thanks
very much. Thank you.
Yes, Trevor Stephen trying very hard to be philosophical, but as a pro, Terry, you'll know just how disappointed he is.
Yes, he'll be well gutted because he was really so close to stepping on the pitch, and I think Trevor's a very honest player. I mean, if he felt there was any doubt or any danger, he would have made the hard decision himself not to play. So he now gives somebody else a chance to step in.
It's terribly ironic, though. Rangers' third cup final in a row, he's missed all three. One, admittedly, because he'd obviously gone to Marseille for that spell, but it really is bad luck.
Well, perhaps it's Rangers' lucky omen, like he missed the cup finals and they go on to win, so hopefully that'll be the case today.
Yeah. And Billy McKinlay will feel the same way. I wonder whether there's any criticism of Ivan Golac for actually playing him in that fateful game at Fir Park when he got himself booked.
I think there was a little bit of criticism, but it was a relegation battle at that stage. Dundee United were still not safe from the relegation zone, obviously playing an influential player. But I feel that the loss of Billy McKinlay means more to Dundee United than the loss of Trevor to Rangers, because Trevor's missed a lot of games for Rangers this season, and they've got two other quality players in there, Ferguson and McCall. To me, yes, he's a loss to Rangers, but not as big a loss as Billy McKinlay to Dundee United.
And United have strength in midfield with Jim McInally and Dave Bowman. They maybe don't have the creativity that McInally.
Well, that's right. They don't have the goal-scoring threat either.
Well, talking of Jimmy McInally, the man who scored the winning goal in the semi-final, he's trackside with April.
Jim McInally hasn't had this suit on since the semi-final. The lucky suit is out, Jim.
That's right. It's not clean. I'm still a bit dizzy about this today.
You are superstitious, aren't you? But this has been the only concession to superstition, hasn't it?
That's right. I've been trying to rid myself of all these superstitions. This is my last one.
Well, they're all gone. It's now down to the men on the park today. Can you give us the Dundee United team today?
It's much the same as it's been. The difference being Andy McLaren's coming in for Jerry, and he'll play up front with, I would imagine, Christian and Craig Brewster.
Midfield comprising?
David Hanna, David Bowman, myself, and Alex Welland and Norris.
Defensively, of course, it'll be along the same lines, but it's a big day for young David Hanna in that case.
Well, David's a constant boy, and he played at Ibrox the last time we played. He's I'm not holding any fears for him. He's that type of boy. He's arrogant, and he's a really good player into the bargain.
Now that's obviously in place of Billy McKinlay, who's suspended. I think the score's been evened up a bit because Trevor Steven is out for Rangers. What difference will that have today?
Well, I rate Trevor Steven really highly, and I think he's one of Rangers' best players. So it's obviously a wee bonus for us that he's missing today.
What's the remit today? Are you going out to attack, or will you try on the counter?
You always try and attack. You don't go out to play another way. Football is one of these games that doesn't always happen like that. You do your best to push forward and score a goal.
Any nerves just now, Jim?
Always nervous before every game. This one just a wee bit more nerves, but once you're on the park, you forget all about it.
I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Right.
So there we are. We found out the United lineup and that the Hampden PA worked perfectly well as well. All on the one interview. Jaron Nixon on the bench, Andy McLaren in. Looks like we'll play three up front, Eamon. Does that surprise you?
Well, we've been playing that all season. They've played Brewster straight through the middle, and they've played the other two kind of inside right, inside left type of channels. But those two will end up going back, or at least one of them will go back into midfield. I'm pretty certain of that. Although Jim said they'll not be playing them in a counter-attack, I'm pretty certain they'll be. Whether they mean to do that or not, I'm not certain. But I think Rangers will impose their game on United, and United will try and hit them on the break.
They're a counter-attacking team. That's their strength, really, isn't it?
Well, it depends who you're playing against. If you're playing against a team that you're swamping and you don't play counter-attack, you actually go and beat them.
Sure, and you really expect to be doing that today. You've won.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But I don't think you necessarily set your stall as we are going to counter-attack today. It's the way the game goes.
And young David Hanna, who played at Ibrox a few weeks back when United went down after holding a 1-0 lead. Big day for him, obviously.
I don't know David at all. Saw him briefly on the television. So I'm curious myself how he gets on. It's a big day for him. And, I'm not sure if Jimmy McInally was possibly, covering his tracks there with Hayes a little bit. Malpass might end up on the left side. I mean, it could be a changed team from that.
All right, well, all will be revealed very soon, hopefully. But meantime, let's continue our coverage, our story of the Tennis Scottish Cup competition so far. We've got to round 4. Chick Young looks back at the highlights of the round, which finally decided the quarter-final.
The fourth round brought a rematch of the teams who provided the unforgettable 1991 final, Dundee United against Motherwell. And just as they did at Hampden that day, Motherwell took the lead at Tannadice. Stevie Cook, the scorer, hardly a classic, mind you, but then they all count. But the afternoon belonged to Craig Brewster. Two magnificent goals coming up. The first, special enough. But the second, an absolute gem. If we had watched this in Italy Serie A, the world would have applauded. Tannadice showed its own appreciation.
Fine play by Brewster. It's a wonderful goal by Craig Brewster. And that was a moment of magic.
But the drama wasn't over. Motherwell weren't standing back in admiration.
It's the equaliser for Motherwell. Right at the death.
At Pittodrie, Aberdeen were dispensing with the Red Rovers, who were stubbornly refusing to apply themselves to a script which said the Dons would run over the top of them. But in the end, Joe Miller left the bench and changed into his super sub outfit. Meanwhile, Alloa on the psychiatrist's couch.
But the hardest thing to do on Saturday is to go out and tell yourself as they begin you're not there. Just enjoy yourself. You're actually there to get win.
But the cloistered thinking of Jack Black didn't work. Little Alloa were given a going over by Rangers, and Alan McCoist at last stamped his name on the season. The Golden Brits found their form, and for Rangers and McCoist it was as easy as 1, 2, 3. McCoist completed his day with a penalty.
McCoist hat-trick. And that's 6 for Rangers.
Kilmarnock were at capital and 1 goal was enough against Morton. Williamson hit the target, and the Greek club's Pennock Scottish Cup green disappeared down the river. BBC Scotland's live game was Hibs against Hearts at Easter Road, where the Tynecastle club were looking for their 21st game without defeat against their greatest rivals. John Robertson broke the ice at the party. Mind you, Keith Wright formed it again with an equaliser, and suddenly hope was springing eternal again for the Hibs. But enter Wayne Foster into the fray, another super sub appearance which was to sink Alex Miller's cup dreams. 2-1 Hearts, and the Edinburgh Derby comes of age for Hearts fans. 21 today.
It's Wayne Foster's first goal of the season, and it surely won the tie for Hearts.
Meanwhile, Stirling Albion were giving St Johnstone a real fright at McDermott Park. Paul Roberts makes it 2-1 with his second goal. But Ian Ferguson saved the day and the Bushes with a last-minute equaliser in a 3-3 draw. And Dundee United finally put things to right in the Fir Park replay against Motherwell. Jared Nixon with the cross. Brian Welsh says that'll do nicely.
Superbly finished. Brian Welsh for United.
Now let's just remind you again of Tennent's Scottish Cup Final Man of the Match competition. Remember, we're asking you to predict which player from either side will be the man of the match for today's Cup Final. All you have to do is dial that number, 0891 11 22 33, 112233. Lines open, as you can see, until 4:15 this afternoon. And for the winner, all expenses paid VIP trip to Wembley for the Charity Shield match between Manchester United and Blackburn Rovers on August 14th, all courtesy of Tennent's, our sponsors this afternoon. 0891 11 22 33 if you'd like to predict this afternoon's man of the match.
Well, predicting the outcomes of games is a monumental task, especially the modern game because of all the modern things in it. But looking at the game with hind legs, in hindsight, I think it'll be a great occasion for the Sansbury fans to savour. I think the boys in orange will win, so 2-0 to Rangers.
Hello, caller. Yes, caller. Well, caller. Davy Provan here, caller. Dundee United's league form has been poor, but they've consistently shown their fighting qualities in the cup. While Rangers have laid a run off the boil slightly, but are still chasing a historic back-to-back treble. It's a difficult one, but at the end of the day, I go for Celtic.
More predictions to come a little later on. Well, just a few minutes ago we heard from Jim McInally here at Hampden with his 11. We can now take a longer look at this inspirational figure in the United midfield. Already he has 3 losers' medals. Clearly he doesn't want another one today. Jim McInally talking again to his 11.
A chance on here, Davy Bowman. Now McInally.
First thing in my mind was to get to the United fans at the other end and Bill McKinley grabbed me, and I think that was the end. I just had to drink for the rest of the game. I just couldn't believe it. It's the most important goal I've ever scored, and it's probably the easiest goal I've ever scored.
Jim's family didn't see it. Wife Alison has stayed away from all the cup replays for luck. The McInally household may be number 13, but superstition plays its part.
Jim has the same suit and the same trousers and the same jacket all through the cup game, so he's keeping that cup final. That's a bit extreme.
Well, I've decided after the semi-final, that's going away for the final. And it's never been on since. I didn't want to tempt any defeat. So I'll be back out in cup final.
The lucky charms haven't worked in the past. McInally's lost 3 finals and was sent off in the tunnel against Motherwell the last time.
That was the third final. We should have won the game really. And you've got to be in the position to know how badly I felt that day. And I've always said that I was a disgrace the way I behaved, and I apologise for that. But I can't help it. I'm not a good loser, and I'd rather be that way.
Supported by McInally. It's a classic from Dundee United.
McAnally's midfield role alongside Dave Bowman will be crucial against Rangers, particularly since United will be without the creative influence of Billy McKinlay through suspension.
To make up for the disappointment of losing Billy is the fact that the last time we played Rangers at Ibrox, Billy didn't play, and we gave a good account of ourselves. So I think we can take the fear aspect away for the supporters and maybe worried about him not playing. We did well against Rangers. There's no point being scared of them. I will just fight the floor with you. We've got to get in the day, put the disappointment of losing Billy behind us and go on.
There are no fears either about returning to Hampden. Victory over Aberdeen in the semi saw to that.
People kept talking about Hampden Hooders, and I think we put that to an end. It'll probably be just a final to do now. But I think on the day, I've never played against Rangers in the cup final, and it'll be nice when a game we'll be total underdogs. And I think the last 3 finals we've played, everybody's fancied it. So it'll be nice to have a change.
Jim and the players want to win for Ivan Golat as much as they do for themselves.
He's just such a nice man, and he's been really positive in the whole cup run, and I think it's a bit like Scotland going to Argentina. I think we believe that we can win everything.
The ladies in Jim McAnally's life are equally optimistic.
United. Who's going to score the winning goal? Dad.
You might be right to young Miss McAnally there, hoping that Dad scores the winning goal. We'll talk about Jim McAnally and his importance to the United side in just a moment, but let's hear from the Dundee United manager, who's down trackside here at Hampden now, Ivan Golat.
Ivan Golat, your first season in Scottish football, and here you are in a cup final. You must be a proud man just now.
Well, yes, I am. It's a great feeling, you know, to be part of the biggest game of the season, and what else you can ask, you know, for your first season. We played back in October in the semi-final. Did very well. The boys played so well. Been very unlucky. That's something very special, you know, and we all feel very, very special today.
You're the coolest of customers, but did even your stomach lurch as you came out here to inspect the pitch?
Oh no, never. Never did, you know, as a player. I never will as a manager, because I've been part of big occasions in my life, the feeling, and I'm kind of person which is never nervous. So that's what I'm trying to do with the boys, because I know they're going to give, you know, at least 25-30% more.
That must be a worry, though, in terms of your young players, because their stomachs must certainly be lurching as they come out to look.
No, I can see them very, you know, being very cool, you know, very relaxed, and that's the way I want them, you know, to be. Just go out there. My message is very simple to them. Go out there, enjoy yourself in the first place, and show everybody that you're better than Rangers today.
We've already had a hint of the team, but I know there was suspicion that you played 4 up front, but what's it going to be? Tell us.
Yeah, we'll start with three boys up front, but always one of the midfielders will join the boys. But we got another one on the bench, so if it's needed, you're going to be there.
So we'll have McLaren?
Yeah, Craig Brewster and then Christian Daly up front, you know. That's Jaron Nixon is on the bench, so if he's needed, but I don't think it would be, we're going to use him.
The pace of the option to get in behind the game?
Well, football is obviously a game of skill and a pace, and we've got plenty of space, you know, plenty of pace, you know, in our team. Well, obviously, you're trying to exploit weaknesses in opposition, and every single team got a weakness. So we're working a few things that we try to exploit today.
Well, we'll see how the tactics plan out eventually, but we wish you all the best for you.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thoughts of Ivan Golat. Terry, we've talked a lot about Ivan Golat. We haven't really mentioned Walter Smith so far. How important has he been to?
He's been very important. I mean, he was there under Graham Souness. He was always the calming influence, the quiet one behind the scenes who would do things tactically, who's marking who, and, you know, all the set plays and like Graham used to come in and knock a few teacups over and pick a few television sets and then walk out. But it was down to Walter really at the end of the day, just to really like organise things. And I think he's obviously carried that through since stepping into the manager's office. He's now, you know, done the same thing.
But he's not a soft touch, is he?
He's not a soft touch. No. If he wants to, he can be very, very sharp with his tongue, and he lets players know, on certain terms, whether they're £1 million players, international or whatever, if they haven't done the job, they haven't done the job. So, you know, he goes about things in his quiet but ruthless way, really, and the players respect that very much. So he'll be winding players up in their dressing room now, and it's a bit early yet, but when it comes to like 5 to 3, you know, the players will be really ready for it.
Yeah, He does have this marvellous rapport with the players, doesn't he? That's one of the great things about Walter Smith's management style. Well, another little cup trivia question coming up for you now, and in fact it relates to Jim McInally. What was unusual when Jim McInally was red-carded in that Dundee United Motherwell final in 1991? So, earlier on. What was unusual about Jim McInally's sending off in the Dundee United Motherwell final of 1991? Answer coming up for you a little bit later on. Now, today's match has in fact even caused a stir at Westminster. There's a group of Labour MPs, what I suppose you might call the Tannadice tendency, who have taken a motion, wishing Dundee United all the best in today's big match. Brian Taylor reports from West.
Westminster, where the key players score points off each other, urged on by rival supporters in pursuit of their ultimate goal.
I come here to do a searching investigation into one of the great issues of our time, with 4 randomly selected, entirely neutral Dundee United supporters. Gentlemen, what's it going to be like today?
Well, it's going to be a very different day. As usual, we've got the referee against us, we're not going to start. We've got the odds against us, but I think it will be lucky sevens in this occasion.
Mike Watson, you're the author of the official history of the club. Do you think that you can finally get it right this time after all these?
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to being forced to write a new chapter for this. I'm utterly convinced that Rangers will be totally overawed on the day by swept aside. New team, new manager, new players, new confidence.
How many of the 6 defeats have you seen, Mike? Be honest. What was it like?
Wasn't there at all, man.
As a politician, I always try to stay above the partisan battle as it is, but I'm trying to be objective on this occasion. I don't mind how many goals United beat Rangers by. I'm very confident it will be a United victory at the 7th attempt.
And of course, Dundee United are known also as the Arabs, George Galloway, so just especially for you, an Arab headdress helps to bring it along. Do you think that the United are going to make it today, finally?
Well, I've had my problems with the Arabs over the years. and certainly I've had my problems with Dundee United at hand, and I've been at every one of the dismal catalogue. I really do think certainly on paper, Rangers look the winners, but it's still Shankly once said, football not played on paper, it's played on grass. And it's played on Hampden Park, and I think that we can do it this time.
Mike, can Ivan Golic do it when?
Yes, I think undoubtedly we can.
I envisage him knocking on the dressing room door about 5 to 3, walking in, standing there and looking at the players and saying, well, you know, this is a beautiful game. Go out and enjoy this.
Coming back and saying, bring us and bring the cup back with you.
Well, of course, political journalists like myself are renowned for their neutrality, so on this occasion I'll simply say, may the better team win, as long as it's playing in tangerine black. Dundee United will never be defeated. Dundee United will never be defeated.
Nice to see a little bit of political neutrality there, wasn't it? Now let's have a few more cup final predictions, this time from a couple of gentlemen who may or may not have Ibrox connections.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen some problems this season, but that is all sorted out with no bad feelings. So I take Dundee United to win the Scottish Cup.
Well, that's what it's all about. Predicting the outcome of any old firm final is hard enough, especially when one half is not even playing, but the form book is thrown out the window like lamps to the wind. Although Dundee United are used to losing, and I let my captain think, I'll go for Rangers by the odd goal in 4.
One of the guests at the cup final this afternoon will be Michelle Akers-Stahl, who was one of the stars of the American women's team who won the Women's World Football Cup in Beijing in 1991. This was the goal which gave the USA victory over Norway and made Michelle a star in her own country. A World Cup winning goal, and Michelle Akers-Stahl here for her very first Tennent Scottish Cup final this afternoon, and she is with Rob McLean.
Well, here is Michelle in person, and also another last check. I've tried rubbing out the writing and inserting my name. hasn't quite worked. So, Richard Faulkner from the Football Trust, explain what this check is all about, please.
Yes, this is our first real contribution to women's football in Scotland. The game is just beginning to take off here, and we've got together with the Scottish FA to make a contribution to the game, to help with the national team, to help develop the game at all levels for women and for girls. And I'm delighted to be here to show that the Football Trust supports women's football in Scotland in such distinguished company.
And Maureen McGonigal of the Scottish Women's FA, obviously delighted to receive it.
Of course.
What will you use it towards?
I think we've still got to agree where the money will go, but priority will be undertaken a wider base of girls to feed boost the national squad, bring on more coaches, and I think I'm looking at officials, referees.
Do you feel you're making good progress?
I think with the backing of people like Richard and the SFA, there's no doubt we will make progress. It'll be slow, but yeah, the steps we've taken so far have really good.
Michelle, my arm's not long enough to reach you from there, so I'll move over a bit. How much are you looking forward to Scottish football's grand occasion today?
I'm really excited. I couldn't sleep last night. I was so excited to watch them play. I know I'm in for a match.
It's going to be a big atmosphere, but obviously you're used to playing in front of big crowds because women's football in the States is big business, isn't it?
Big business, but not big crowds. In China in 1991, we played in front of 60,000, but I don't think it's going to have the same kind of atmosphere as it will here.
And are you maybe at the same time here offering some words of encouragement to the Scottish women's game? It's early days really, but I suppose if they look at what you have achieved, then they can maybe see a target.
Right. I'm here on behalf of Team Sport Scotland to promote women's football here, and we're traveling around the country doing clinics and question and answers for the girls and trying to give them some hope and a little encouragement to see that yes, there is a world championship in sight for them.
Who's going to win today, Rangers or Dundee United?
Yeah, I'm not going to answer that.
Well, you're okay, because we don't have much of a clue either. Dougie, back to you.
Very much indeed, Rob. Nice to see Michelle being diplomatic as well. Now there's a bit of a red letter day today for the Hope refereeing family. Let's hear now from the man who referee this afternoon's cup final, Dougie Hope, who's talking to Rob.
Dougie, I'm interested to hear that you don't actually toss the coin up before the start.
No, I don't. No, I've got a disc, a red and black disc, but it's much more appropriate.
Why?
Well, you know, when you've been in the continent, you know, they don't know what tails, heads and tails are, and sometimes I wonder some of our players do as well.
So rumours of you and the two-headed coin are not true then?
Not true, no. Not true at all.
This is your last match. How are you feeling? A bit maybe emotional about parting company with senior football?
It's not yes, in one way there is the you know, the emotion that, oh well, this is it, I wouldn't be doing anything next season. But at the same time, you know, if I don't move on, then there's not going to be any progress through for the younger guys. That's what it's about, you know. I've had my stint, I've enjoyed it. Now time for somebody else.
You'll miss all those well done, Mr. Referees, from the sidelines, won't you? All the compliments that you
yes, I've worked to that effect, yes. Oh, no, they've been very, the clubs have been very good to me over the years. And
you talk about younger referees coming through. What's your view of the refereeing standard, that much debated topic?
Well, obviously from a biased point of view, within it, I think we've got a good crop of young ones coming through. What they need is time, and hopefully by me moving on, they'll be able to get some time. Not only me, but Donald Vicker, who's with me today as well, my friend from a long back, is going as well. By us moving, we will allow others to gain some experience.
You're hoping for some flowing football today. Do you think it will be a good game?
I think it will be, because both of these teams are renowned for it. They are both very good at knocking the ball about quite quickly as well, so that means that I'm going to have to be motoring. There it goes.
All the best to you in your last game.
Thank you very much.
And of course, Dougie completes a unique family double because brother Kenny refereed the 1987 final here between St Mirren and Dundee United. Now let's just remind you again, with what, something like 40 minutes to go until kick-off, that was a chance for you to win our Man of the Match competition and win yourself a trip to the Charity Shield at Wembley in August between Manchester United and Blackburn Rovers, all courtesy of Tennant. VIP trip, you're flown to London, chauffeur-driven limo to Wembley, champagne lunch, the works. All you have to do is predict which player on the field this afternoon will be the man of the match. Give us a call on 0891 11 22 33. 0891 11 22 33. Lines open until 4:15. If you don't get through the first time because the lines will be busy, please keep trying. And if you know the answer to that one, then you're ahead of one or two of us in here, I think. Let's look ahead now, look back rather, to the last 8 of the Scottish Cup this season. Chick Young looking at the quarter-finals, and once again some splendid action and some great goals to enjoy.
Into the quarter-finals, and the tie of the round looked like Holders Rangers against Hearts at Ibrox. Sandy Clark's men gave it the best shot, and it took the goal of the round to break them. John Brown, not exactly renowned for his scoring, showed he has indeed been to finishing school. Any striker in the land happy with that one. Inevitably though, there was no keeping Mark Hateley out of the act. The long floating cross here from McPherson, and Rangers are home and dry in the last 4.
Surely now, Rangers in the semi-final.
Kilmarnock joined them courtesy of a 1-0 victory over Dundee at Rugby Park. The free kick from Tommy Burns met with the bravest of headers from Tom Brown. And once confirmation of his well-being was established, the party began. Kilmarnock celebrated their arrival in the Scottish Cup semi-finals for the first time in 2 decades. At McDermott Park, Aberdeen went 1-0 up against St Johnstone with a fine goal from Scott Booth. A well-worked move down the right side set it all up.
Looking for the cross, and the header, and the goal. It's Scott Booth.
But Saints unveiled that battling spirit which was to keep their Premier Division hopes alive until the last minute of the league season and snatched the equaliser. But was the scorer Billy Dodds or John Ingalls?
Just got it first and hit Derek Spillies and then hit me back in the legs, as you can see. I think it's over there. I don't know, it's hard to say. Look, the big man's well over the line, but I think you can see there actually on the left.
Ingalls deadly from that, right?
That's right, yeah. I think we're going to win it because he's like a scoopman.
Dundee United dispensed with their great Tannadice with some devastating finishing. Andy McLaren scored the first. But the second was down to some aiding and abetting from the Airdrie defence, who could have used the assistance of traffic police to direct operations. At the end of it all, Billy McKinlay knew the route to goal. Aberdeen finally got it right. The replay against St Johnstone. Duncan Shearer scored the first.
Chance on here for Shearer. Careful finishing.
And then Lee Richardson scored what could well turn out to be his last Scottish Cup goal for the Dons. Not a bad farewell gift to the fans though.
And more of the Rangers backroom staff coming up in a moment. This question there dealing with Walter Smith and Archie Knox. But let's just take a look around Hampden as kick-off time in this 10th Scottish Cup final fast approaches. The United players already out on the pitch warming up, and there's also 1 or 2 fans very colourly dressed, not hesitating at all as to which team he supports. But one of the curiosities about this 10th Scottish Cup final is a number of ex-Dundee United players in the Rangers backroom team. Chick Young reports.
The boys from the back room, the Rangers coaching staff who served their apprenticeship at Tannadice before going to work inside Ibrox. Like David Dodds, ironically the scorer of United's only goal in 1981, the last time the clubs met in a final. It was at Tannadice that Walter Smith first came to appreciate the talent of Dodds.
He's the assistant manager. I mean, obviously, he's just come to the end of his playing days when I moved there, so I played with a couple of times in reserve. But he obviously took coaching most of the time at United, I was back in Africa. So I was quite fortunate. Looking at man every day, around south on the park or off the park. On the park, he's pretty hopeless. That's one thing. Off the park, well, he's been under Graham Green for 10 years. I think it was great help from him. He came to this club under Graham Green for the first 3 years. And I think that definitely helped. Learning a bit about a big club without being number one. I think that definitely helped. Apprenticeship. I think so. I think manager of a big club, I think he needs it. So that's something actually you're doing now yourself, isn't it? Well, for us, but better than I'm on the park. Off the park, I would like to be as good as him, but that's a long way ahead of me. I'm quite hard to do myself. It makes you feel with him. And I think on the staff, something like that, can go over the
up an own goal in his Dumbarton days in a cup semi-final against Hearts, which testifies that David Dodd's reflections about Walter Smith's playing talents are spot on. But his managerial career long ago eclipsed that nightmare, and he knows how to pick coaching staff. He has a great regard for Billy Kitwood, another of the Tannadice Mafia.
He's got an exceptional success and down to the senior there. He's having success along with John McGregor, the younger boys at the present, and I see him as someone who has a terrific future in terms of nothing that we don't see, just gets on with his job. He's very quiet, he gets the best out of people, and not always going to speak to David Dodds later on.
Clearly the backroom team spirit at Ibrox is good, as it was first bonded together, ironically, at Tannadice. Good habits are important for managers and coaches, and under Jim McLean, Smith, Dodds and Kitwood learned the best habit of all, winning. Now they will attempt to continue the habit against a United side reshaped by Ivan Golak.
Rangers obviously a big support every time they go away at full houses every place, and I think the Rangers are expected to win more than Dundee United are. I think there's a wee bit more pressure on here to do well than at a club like Dundee United.
Do you think the fact that a new manager and Jim McLean is involved with apparently in a head at Hampden over all these years, that Golak can make out of this?
Well, I think maybe Golak's the build up to the final might be a bit more relaxed. I always felt that Jim McLean felt the pressure coming in big games with him in charge. But I think Golak will be a totally different character from Jim McLean, more relaxed, so maybe that'll benefit us.
Walter was my coach and David Dodds was coaching the young boys at Tannadice, and you went to your coaching badger as well. And you learn a lot off of Jim McLean, Bob Wallace and Walter when they were all there. And we just try to continue along that team. You serving an apprenticeship here, so you fancy being a manager one day? Well, eventually after Walter's job.
And some of those Rangers players that David Dodds and Billy Kitwood and Walter Smith and Archie Knox are responsible for, there is Doddsy in fact, out on the pitch warming up, and they'll have to warm up because it really is a very chill afternoon in Glasgow today. That wind still blowing very freshly out of the east, so the winning of the toss could be significant today because there is a very definite wind blowing down the pitch. Ali Maxwell, of course, with painful memories of his last cup final appearance. Archie Knox in the background with the suspended Billy McKinlay. And John Gregg, known universally at Ibrox as the Ledge, the Rangers legend. He certainly knew a thing or two about cup finals as a player and indeed as a manager as well. Well, in attempting to predict the winners of the Scottish Cup final, you go through the teams player for player and you're trying to work out where one side might have an edge on the other. Billy McNeill has done just that for us, comparing the different areas of the two sides to try and pick this afternoon's winner.
Ali Maxwell, vast experience, has the ability to be a real match winner. Look at this, typical of him, comes off his line bravely, down at Williamson's feet, saves the situation. Good shot, sure, good position, knocks the ball away wide of the post. Here's another typical example.
As Jackson goes through, it's great goalkeeping by Ali Maxwell.
Guido van de Kamp, sometimes guilty of a lapse in concentration. Here we see him help to put the side behind. But again, this is him reading the situation well, comes out behind his defender, takes the danger away. This is the type of save that he's at his best. Throws himself across the goals and sure that ball doesn't slide into the corner net. Penalty kick. Goalkeeper saves the penalty kick, goes to the real inspiration. Look how quick he is across his line here. Reads it well, gets across easily.
Brilliantly saved by Van de Kamp.
Richard Gough, a real inspirational figure in the heart of Rangers defence. Here we see him against Celtic. Look at that. Beautifully timed last tackle. Saved the danger. Again, we see John Collins all set to trigger a shot. Richard Gough comes out to block it. From this angle we see it. See the ground that he makes up. He gets across solidly. Blocks it. Clears the danger for Rangers. This is another side of his game. Advancing into the opposing team's penalty area. Scoring goals. Can be very valuable to any team. Again, we see him here against Hibs. getting in amongst some big defenders there. Bang. Can be a match winner his day. Gordon Petric, like Richard Gough, has the ability to get into his opponent's box. Here we see him bringing a tremendous save from the goalkeeper. Good header. Here's Petric. Strength, control, pace, passing ability. He's got the lot, Petric. Look how confident he is. He's prepared to take the ball, sends a pass to a colleague, gets it back, doesn't panic, put under pressure, calm enough, and has the ability to get himself out of that with a good pass to another colleague. And this is another situation where he can be very dangerous. Strikes the ball through very well from free kick. Craig Brewster's had an outstanding season for United. Here we see him getting in ahead of defenders. Bang goes his left foot. Super strike. Here's one with his right foot, perhaps not just as accurate. And here we see a lovely move. Look at the skill that's in this. Reads the line well, sends a pass out to a colleague. He's up there, takes it on his chest, looks up and boom. What a good goal. From behind the goal we see the skill that he utilised in that move.
It's a wonderful goal by Craig Brewster. There's McCall. Haley is onside. A great chance for Rangers right at the start of the match. And Haley scores!
Mark Haley, outstanding player of the season. Here we see him getting in ahead of defenders. Not the best cross in from the wide position, but he's in ahead of the goalkeeper as well. Puts it into the net from a difficult angle. Here we see Gordon Jury setting up the goal that ensured Rangers place in the final, but look how confidently Mark Haley dispatches it. Stuart McCall, an all-action player, always prepared to support the front player. Gets one to the end of this ball from Ali McCoy, looks up, confidently sticks it past the goalkeeper. Again, here we see little sharp 1-2, typical of his industry. Prepared to burst into the box, sends a pass through to the front player, still wants to get up the support. So enthusiastic. Again, look at that run from midfield. Outstrips his marker. Doesn't do too well with the finishing shot, but gets himself into a great position. Jim McInally, very experienced, confident, good pass of the ball. Here we see a nice ball through the middle, almost picks out Craig Brewster, just fractionally too long. And this is Jim at his best, up supporting his front players, head up, looking for an opportunity to send a pass to a colleague. This is the goal that gets United to the final. When the ball comes across here, David Bowman hits a shot. Good save for the goalkeeper. There's Jim on hand to put it in the net. He enjoyed that one, didn't he?
Chance on here, David Bowman! Now McInally! United take the lead!
And we'll be hearing more from Billy McNeill alongside Jock Brown when the match gets underway at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Incidentally, if you're wondering why you haven't heard from any of the Rangers players who are currently warming up out on the pitch, it's not because we didn't ask, we did, but the players preferred not to talk until after the final. And that's perfectly understandable, but we did ask them, honestly. Now, let's hear from a few more well-known Scottish football personalities with their thoughts about the state of football generally and the final to come.
Tremendous, you know. I think Ivor Goic has been a breath of fresh air and a tug of the cheek sort of way, because we don't talk's rubbish, but it's inspirational rubbish, and that for me is the mark of a truly great Scottish manager from Derville. But then again, at the end of the day, the Rangers players have been scored regularly and put the ball in the net too, but to be honest, you have to be crazy to try and predict the outcome. So I'll go for a draw.
Can I just say something here about the Scottish stuff? It's a better competition than our first spot. At the end of the day, it's just not comparable. And how much are Rangers worth? 15 million? And Dundee United? 25 million, given Jaron Nixon's latest valuation. But I've never been one for making outrageous predictions. So I'll take Rangers to win 9-5.
Well, we've been party to the handing out of a bit of stick this afternoon. Now, I suppose it's our turn. Jonathan Watson and Tony Roper lampooning one or two faces you might recognise.
Thanks, Diggy. Well, to continue our in-depth coverage of Scottish football, here's a quick roundup of Division 1 and Division 2, and that gives us much more time for this.
You just can't keep them out of the news, can you? Totally no. And I'll tell you something else, Diggy. You just can't keep them out of the news.
Thanks, Dick. Well, coming up later on the sports team.
In 1986, when Roxburgh took charge of the national team, it was Andy who. Now in 1993, we ask Craig why.
Have a look at the main contenders for our sports personality of the year.
You just can't keep them out of the news, can you? Indeed, not at all. And I'll tell you one thing, he's certainly worth writing home about. And not the only thing, judging by this week's post-tag.
Dear Chink, what is happening to football in Scotan? Is the standards really falling so dramatically, or are we perhaps remembering the good old day through rose-coloured testicles? As a former Strats broadcaster, I know what I'm talking about. West Fishes, yours, Tom Ferry.
A name from the past there. Nice to hear from you again, Tom. I can only say that things just haven't been the same since you left the Radio Scotan Sports Department. And that's something we can all be grateful for.
Seriously, Chick, Scottish football, not to put too fine a point on it, it's in a shocking state.
Without over-dramatising things, Hazel, our national game is facing oblivion. Soccer-mageddon.
Unless there's someone who furnishes with a solution.
Well, if it's only furnishing we need, I know a good furnisher for the kitchen, yes,
Well, I recognise two of them anyway. Let's, with just 20 minutes to go till kick-off time, bring you up to date then with this year's Tennant Scottish Cup competition. We've got to the semi-final stage when finally the four remaining teams came here to Hampden to play off for a place in the final itself at stake.
The draw for the semis made certain the North East would be represented at the final. At half-full Hampden, Dundee United against Aberdeen. Willie Miller's team looked as if they'd done enough when Duncan Shearer broke the deadlock with an assist from United keeper Guido van de Kamp. It was in the final minute that the Tannadice team mounted their rescue mission.
Here's Dave Bowman, lofting it in high. The challenge is made by Welsh. It's the equaliser.
No one was more relieved than Dutchman van de Kamp. The Sunday semi-final was Kilmarnock against Rangers. Another draw, this time goalless, although John Brown tried his best. And Bobby Geddes had to be at his best to keep Brown's shot out. The following week, two replays. First Aberdeen Dundee United. One goal was enough to settle it. In his first season as manager, and what a time to score your first goal of the season. Immaculate timing from McInally. Who would play the Tannadice team in the final? Rangers Kilmarnock, the replay. It was to be one of the most talked about matches of the season. From that point on, Gordon Jury was the set-up man, Mark Riley and Gus McPherson couldn't contain him, and as Jury headed for the byline, you could have a fair guess at who would be in the end of his cutback.
United Rangers final here at Hampden, and we can in fact now take a look at the two-team lineups which we've just had confirmed and get the thoughts of Terry and Eamon. Terry, firstly in that Rangers lineup, it's Neil Murray in for Trevor Steven.
Yeah, it's quite a standard lineup really. I think Gordon Jury will play probably on the left-hand side of midfield, and you've got the other three midfielders of Neil Murray, obviously Stuart McCall and Ian Ferguson. So playing with three strikers really. So it's quite an attacking lineup.
Certainly is. On the bench for Rangers, Mikhailichenko and Duncan Ferguson. And one hopes that's for purely football reasons. There's a bit of pressure on old Duncan these days, isn't there?
I think there's always pressure on Duncan, even more so now, playing against his old team as well. I think it could be Taylor Mayfield to come on and score a winning goal. You never know.
Eamon, the United lineup surprise you in any area?
No, it's the lineup they announced earlier on. It's just where they're actually going to play, whether they go a man-for-man marking system at the back. Petrick will sweep obviously, but then where the rest of them will go, we'll not really know that until the game kicks off. Yeah. So Welsh will pick up Haitley and who else? Cleland possibly picking up McCoist, and Malpass I think will play on the left-hand side, try and get a four-man midfield.
And on the bench for Dundee United, Gary Bollan and Jaron Nixon. I must say, I was impressed with Jaron Nixon when he came on at Ibrox in a league match a few weeks ago. He's very pacey, and he could cause some problems here.
He's very quick indeed, but he's never started many games, which I don't know why. It puts a question mark over his fitness or his possibly the physical side of things. Maybe they're waiting for the game to settle down, but he's very, very pacey, as you say. Maybe he'll come on the latter part of the game and cause problems.
Doesn't fancy the cold though. It's a cold afternoon.
Well, it was gloves on today, I think.
Well, the last thought then from both of you. We obviously, in time-honoured fashion, have to ask our prediction. How do you see it going, Terry?
Well, I see it obviously been very tight. I think tactically both sides are very well prepared for the game, and it's really down to a little bit of luck on the day, I think. And I'd take Rangers to win 1-0, possibly Ali McCall scoring a goal, but it's going to be very, very tight.
All right, Eamon?
That was well, I'm going to balance things out and go for Dundee United, rather surprisingly, but I would like to see Dundee United win it for all sorts of reasons. Paul Hegarty said earlier on, I think there's a feeling within Scotland, if you go out with the Rangers supporters, that people would like to see Dundee United get their chance, and they'll have to play very, very well, take their chance or two when they get it, and that little bit of luck as well is just so important.
I've heard it said several times this week that if United score first, they could win it. If Rangers score first, United can't come back. Is that fair?
Possibly, yeah, it's fair. I think Dundee United have got a definite lack of out-and-out goal scorers. That would be my worry. I agree with Terry, it's a very tactical game today. They'll obviously mark Haitley, they'll try and stop the full-backs and to my mind, play in the counter-attack. But that should give them a chance, actually, to win it.
All right, well, we shall see. All is about to unfold here at Hampden. We'll hear again from Terry and from Eamon at half-time, and indeed again at full-time, but let's now hand over for all the build-up of this last quarter hour before the 1994 Tennis Scottish Cup final to Jock Brown and Billy McNeill.
Thank you, Dougie. Yes, the setting for the Tennis Scottish Cup final could scarcely be better now that Hampden has been revamped so effectively, and there is something special about the National Stadium on an occasion like this, and these travelling supporters from Dundee here full of optimism, full of confidence that this could be the day when the Scottish Cup hoodoo is ended. There's certainly lots of enthusiasm among these travelling supporters. The Rangers fans here again looking for the 7th straight trophy, for the back-to-back trebles for the first time ever, and again they will be immensely confident of that in view of past performances. There, the disabled spectators taking their vantage points, and they were all greeted before the match by both sets of players when they came out to inspect the stadium a short time ago. So the banners and flags and all the outfits being worn by the fans are out to make this a day to remember. The players on the pitch, some of them at least, still warming up, and they all go through their own particular approaches for that purpose. And United have more players on the field, I can tell you, than Rangers right now. So the stadium filling up. There's Mark Hateley, who is undoubtedly a major threat to Dundee United. He's one of the last to leave the field among the Rangers players, having completed a lengthy warm-up. And Billy, that kind of approach to the match really is an individual one in warm-up terms.
Well, that's right. It's certainly what I preferred when I was a player. And if you look at a player like Mark Hateley, who's had a magnificent season, you see him prepare so thoroughly for a game like this, then you know it is the cup final. And obviously there's lots of atmosphere here today, and hopefully we'll get a good game correspondingly. And these United players taking all the time they can pre-match. Christian Daly will be the second youngest player on the field when he takes his place, a young man of immense promise whose progress has been slowed up a little by serious knee injuries, but he's fully back to fitness and a player on whom United are depending for the future. Alex Cleland there going off ahead of him. Christian Daly finding a friendly face in the stand. So the field about to be cleared, waiting for the real arrival of the two teams, who will be out very shortly. In fact, the one exception there for Dundee United is that their match winner of the semi-final, Jim McInally, is still out there. And that really is quite remarkable. He is milking this pre-match atmosphere to the full. He's out there with Gary Boland, who's the Dundee United number 12 for the match. But McInally out there, determined to make this the moment when he wins his first Scottish Cup winners' medal. Gary Boland, one of the heroes of the Scotland under-16 World Youth Squad of 1989, as was Andy McLaren, who's in the Dundee United starting lineup. So the setting really could scarcely be better, and the Rangers team has been confirmed, and that is a likely lineup, I think, Billy, with Neil Murray going into that Trevor Stevens spot wide on the right-hand side of midfield. Well, that's right, and looking at it, Walter Smith has taken a very positive stance here, because obviously he's playing Spuntu. I think he feels that they'll be picked up tightly to allow Gordon Petty to sweep at the back for United, but he's given himself another option with the pace of Jury on the wide position. Interesting enough, it's a position that I think he's at his best, and
That is tough. Dundee United beat the league champions Rangers by a goal to nil in the final on Saturday to win the cup for the first time in the club's history. The trophy was paraded through the streets by manager Ivan Durac, who's taken his side to victory in his first season at Tannadice. And finally, the weather.
It was a brought thing though, if you know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying. I know only too well indeed on Friday's programme, Ray, and that was my main concern going into the weekend. Would the waters break? You know, would the contractions start?
No, everything's set. It's bad enough to listen to it. It's okay that the ceremony actually finished, and I just went to the school. So it looked like a spontaneous, you know, burst of happiness at the fact that they were married, rather than the fact that they were actually scored a goal. So it was okay.
Now, Lorraine, just one final thing, of course. Rangers missed out on the treble, the second treble, return to the second treble, unprecedented. Any words at all of condolence for, no, seriously, for Glasgow Rangers?
No, not at all. Even though my dad knows that I had, not at all. I think it's very, very, you know, if I was a neutral, I would say, I think it's very, very healthy for people. You don't want one team winning everything all the time. It just becomes a bit of a joke then, frankly. So obviously this is brilliant, and United will go on now to Europe, and hopefully they'll do well, and we've done well in Europe before, which I think is excellent. So we're just I think that things will go well. But I have to say, congratulations to all of them, they've done so well, it really is brilliant. And congratulations to Ivan Golan and Jim McLeod as well, who've got pictures of the Daily Record this morning, smiling. It's quite incredible.
Indeed, I can actually show you those as well. There they are. United at last is the back page of the Daily Record this morning. There it is. Very happy then with the cup there. Lorraine, 3 weeks before the baby, we're still thinking about you, and maybe you have a wee apprentice in the making there for Dundee United.
Listen, I'm absolutely huge. I'm enormous. Guess what I weigh now?
Oh, I know that.
I weigh 12 stone 11. I mean, that's
22 stone what?
What?
What did you say? 22 stone is a bad line.
12 stone 11.
Oh, you've gone down then. Lorraine Kelly, live.
You're as cheeky as ever. I like your hair. Very nice.
No, don't.
You want me to give him a good clout for you, Lorraine? I do, Penny. Thank you, yes.
Okay, see you soon. Be in touch, now.
Will
okay.
do. Cheers.